And now for an amazing true story from the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 23, verses 1 and 2.
King David was dying.
I am David, the son of Jesse. God has given me a message. Don't ever forget that it's God who made me king. He's the one who's given me the ability to rule Israel and to sing songs to him, to leave my mark.
Whoa, slow down. I can only write so fast. Okay, got it. What next? What else do you want people to remember?
David's eyes weren't so good anymore, so the face of the scribe seemed blurry. But in his memory, he could see very clearly all the things that had happened in his life, as if he were looking through a photo album.
I was just a shepherd when the giant Goliath challenged my people. Come out here and fight, you little Israelite pipsqueaks.
He'll crush us to smithereens!
Most of the soldiers were shaking in their boots, but not me. I knew God was with me, and I used my imagination. Instead of fighting Goliath with a sword and heavy armor, I used my slingshot. Hey, Goliath, what's that down there? An ant? A slug? A flea? Why, you're so small I could just step on you and... Ah! Ah! I killed that giant with a single stone. The Lord really had my back that day.
David was so grateful for how God helped him throughout his life, and he often wrote special songs called psalms to honor God. Sometimes he wrote when he was feeling excited and confident. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Other times he wrote when he was feeling lonely. Why, Lord, do you stand far off? Why do you hide yourself in time of trouble? There were even times he wrote when he felt angry. Arise, Lord, in your anger. Rise up against the rage of my enemies. Awake, my God. Decree justice. David used his imagination to write music and psalms in every situation.
Did you know that I used to play the harp for King Saul?
No, I didn't know that.
Well, I did, until he tried to kill me.
King Saul had been ruler before David, but he was often jealous and mean. In fact, he went to war with David and tried to kill him over and over again. But in spite of all that, David didn't want to stay angry. He wanted to make peace. But before he could do that, Saul was killed in battle. So David had to get creative. Is there anyone left in King Saul's family I can be kind to?
Yes, sir. Saul had a little grandson. The boy hurt his feet and can't walk.
What's his name?
Mephibosheth.
How about we just call him Chef?
I gave that little fellow everything that had belonged to King Saul, and anything else he needed. That may have seemed like an unusual thing to do, but I was never afraid of looking unusual. Like when we brought the Ark back to Jerusalem.
The Ark of the Covenant was where the Ten Commandments were kept. Now, for a long time, the Ark was stored far away. But David knew that the Ark was important to God, and he wanted to give it a special place in Jerusalem. So, he and his men went out to get it. David was so excited that the Ark was coming back to Jerusalem, he started dancing when his men were bringing it into the city. A lot of people thought this was undignified behavior for a king.
Look at him kick up his heels. He never make it on So You Think Canaanites Dance.
But David knew doing what was in his heart was more important to God than doing what everyone expected.
I was excited to have the Ark in Jerusalem again. All I needed was a special place to keep it. So I asked God to help me.
David listened to everything God said, and he drew up beautiful, detailed plans of an enormous temple where the ark would rest, a magnificent house of the Lord that would require the creativity and talents of thousands of different people.
I'm not going to be able to build the temple myself, but I have told my son Solomon every detail. I can only imagine how wonderful it will be. Are we done?
Yeah. I think I got it all, dude. Any final words?
The Spirit of the Lord spoke through me. His word was on my tongue.
God gave David a creative mind. At every opportunity, David used his experiences and imagination to honor God. And as he died, it was clear that his would be a life that would never be forgotten. David made his mark.